Hi everyone and welcome to day one of the Franchise Buyers course. I'm excited to have you here. Today we're going to be covering a topic called Why Franchising. My name is Brandon Clifford. I'm a Senior Franchise Consultant at Global Franchise Solutions. And just to kind of give you a quick overview, over the next 7 days you're going to get delivered directly to your inbox all the information you need to get started on your journey of finding the perfect franchise. We're going to cover topics like today, why franchising, giving you kind of a 30,000 foot overview of the franchise world and why this vehicle makes sense for many people. We're going to send you information about the elements of a franchise system, different investment ideas and levels, talk a little bit about you and find out what sort of a business might be the right fit for you, help you come up with a budget, a timeline, and then discuss next steps as well too. So during the course of this week, if you have any questions, please reach out. My cell phone is 978-891-7145. I'm always accessible, phone call or text. And you can also email me, Brandon@globalfranchisesolutions.com, and I encourage you to check out our website, www.globalfranchisesolutions.com. There's lots of great info over there, globalfranchisesolutions.com. So without further ado, let's get into day one and get this party started, right? So why franchising? So to start off, we kind of look at the definition of a franchise and what exactly is a franchise. So definition of a franchise, according to Webster, is it's a special privilege granted to an individual or group, the right to be and exercise the powers of a corporation. So basically, one company grants a license for an individual to market that company's goods or services in a particular territory. And that's really how franchising got started. It was a distribution model. So there was a corporation out there, had a great idea, had a great business model, and wanted to reach the masses. So they took on franchisees, and that's really the strategy that has been working for generations. The distribution part of it has kind of changed quite a bit, and now today franchising has evolved into where there's a brand that is looking to expand, and they're looking for some local flair, some local flavor, boots on the ground, so to speak, someone who can take their business model and really run with it in a local market. And that's just kind of the way of the world these days too, that people are looking to partner with industry experts, and that's what franchising offers. Someone who wants to be in business for themselves but not by themselves. They don't want to recreate the wheel. They want to just take that wheel and roll it. So and franchising today has become a really powerful thing, which we're going to get into in the coming slides. According to the International Franchise Association, franchising is a quintessentially American invention. So they say that franchising is one of the most dynamic and least understood parts of our economy. And put simply, when you really boil it down to, it's a formula that turns one successful business into many. So like I said, if a brand is looking to expand, a company is looking to expand, they can do it one or two ways. They can use their own funds, their own resources, open up corporate stores, hire more employees and manage store managers, okay? Or they could take on investors, and with a franchise, that's really what they're doing, and they found that there's much higher success rate to be able to coach and mentor a business owner and empower them who can make decisions on a local level. They have some skin in the game as the franchise owner, and they treat the location like they own it because they do, So it's really a win-win for both the franchisor and the franchisee, and it can help these businesses grow really fast and rapidly. So if you take a look at the franchising world today, it's massive. There's over 3,100 brands that are registered with the Federal Trade Commission as a franchise. It covers over 80 industries, and so whether it's professional services like sales training, or merchant services, or expense reduction, or other B2B sign companies, painting companies, pet care, senior care, maid services, hair cutting. You name it, there's a franchise for it. It's even into restoration, handyman services, really anything you can think of, there's a franchise for it today. And one of the reasons why they're able to take this franchise model and apply it to other businesses is because it's starts with something that works. I mean, there's a pretty well-known stat out there that only about 20% of independent businesses make it through the first 5 years in business, and that's very well known. But when it comes to franchises, it's actually like the other way around. 80% of franchisees succeed through their first 5 years, and to kind of back that up, it's funny. I actually had a conversation this morning with a franchisee, a friend of mine, and she owns a senior care franchise, and she was talking about she's been in the system for 9 years. Coming up to the time where she's deciding whether she's going to renew her franchise agreement or not. And she said, if it wasn't for the franchisor, if I didn't have that, experienced mentor who had my back during those first 3 or 4 years of business, I would have called it quits. So she really attributes her success 100% to the franchisor and the coaching and mentoring that she got during that startup phase of her business. So like we talked about before, a franchise begins with a growing company. They have proven practices and a trusted brand in their local market, and now they're looking to expand in local communities across the country. And then what makes franchising really strong and unique is you have someone at the top, the franchise headquarters, who's constantly focused on improving and innovating your business. So as a business owner, your head's down, you're focused on the customer level. You're worried about making payroll the next week and what employees are showing up for work and dealing with their issues, and you don't really have the opportunity to be forward thinking 10, 15 years from now, where's my company going to be? But when you have a franchise system that's growing, the ability to serve customers can become more effective quickly and cost effective as well too, to create a great customer experience, because you have someone who's constantly working on that. And so those streamlined processes and innovative ideas is what really helps the individual franchisee to have a fast ramp up, because there's no guessing game. You don't have to worry about how are you going to acquire your customer. Someone's already done it before. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get them to come back either. It creates lasting successes because someone's already done that before, and all you have to do is replicate those systems to create that repeat business and grow a really large company over a short period of time. And one thing I love about franchises is it opens the doors for other people to join. These franchisees, these people are small business owners. It's not a corporate chain. They're small business owners who have roots in the local market. And under the franchise model, they have supported the brand. They can bring a new product to a community that maybe wasn't there before, a new service to a community that maybe wasn't there before, jobs for their neighbors, build into the community, so really build into the community in a way that's positive, that helps open doors for lots of people across lots of different mediums as well too. And that's why the International Franchise Association really stresses that they're not just helping people build businesses, but they're building opportunities, creating a network of opportunities for lots of people. Because the local franchise businesses thrive. When they do, they hire more employees, train more people, create more jobs. And whether it's an entry-level kid, in high school, or it's a senior management position for a CEO at a B2B sales company. And then these employees, they could go on to own their own franchise business, and the success stories passed down from generation to generation, just creating an opportunity, and that's what this country is really about. And when I like to talk about the economic impact of franchising, I always come back to my home state of New Hampshire, and I love it up here in the great state of New Hampshire, live free or die, but we are by no means the largest economic, staple of our country. This is not California, it's not Texas, it's not Florida, not New York, not even Massachusetts, our neighboring sister state here, but in the state of New Hampshire, franchising has a great economic impact as well too. As a result of franchise businesses, there's over 3,100 local businesses. They provide 27,000 jobs in the state of New Hampshire, and an economic output of $2.5 billion of the state's economy. That's $1 billion of private sector payroll. $1 billion goes directly back to our brothers, our sisters, our uncles, our cousins in payroll, and that's key. When you extrapolate this across the whole country, there's over 733,000 franchise businesses. They produce 7.6 million jobs, 674 billion of economic output, about 2.5% of the U.S. GDP, and so those numbers are just staggering. The impact that franchising has on our economy is tremendous. So why franchising, to kind of summarize things? because it works. You know, if you look at the number of U.S. franchise establishments, it grows year over year, and the money follows, and the money is actually outpacing the number of establishments, which means that it's not just that we're opening up more franchise units that makes that monetary output go up, but that the systems work, you know, and so that's what keeps driving this engine. So, you know, with a franchise, you get someone who cares as much about the business name and image as you do because they own it. All right, they own it as well too. So you're not reinventing the wheel. You're not recreating the wheel. You're taking on partnership with a quote-unquote rich uncle, you know, or business mentor, business coach, whatever you want to call them, whose their success relies directly on your success and vice versa. So you really need to decide what you want your life to look like and figure out what sort of vehicle is going to get you there. You know, and if franchising is it and you want to learn more, we should definitely have a conversation. Again, my name's Brandon Clifford. You can give me a call on my cell, shoot me a text. I'm always available, 978-891-7145. Definitely check us out on the web, www.globalfranchisesolutions.com, and shoot me an email, brandon@globalfranchisesolutions.com. And of course, this is not done here. I appreciate your time, taking some time to learn about franchising today. This was just day one though. We're really excited over the next 6 days to dive into the weeds with you and help you get prepared to start making a smart franchise investment decision. Thanks. Have a great day.